Node 2105.
Hey YouTube, we'll begin the net here in just a moment. I'm just getting set up right now. Oh, that's not NetLogger. Whoops. That is...
J7OMO, VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO. Yeah, I'm just getting things ready here. I've had a computer issue, but it's all good now. Back to you.
Yeah, I think I've discovered a gremlin between me and Jared, by the look of it. So, yeah, just launching a little investigation. But, yeah, I'm on D-Star, not sure what you're on at the moment. But, yeah, hearing you loud and clear on D-Star. I haven't, nothing on VMR and nothing on Fusion. Back there. Or is it my bridge that's down? I'll check my bridge first. I may have a gremlin in the bridge, and if that's up, then it's at Jared then. So I'm about to check the bridge, see if it hasn't fallen down. Yeah, there's a possibility it might be that.
Yeah, roger. Well, hopefully it's an easy fix. Because, yeah, we would like to have all bridges. Back to you.
Like it could be my bridge, which hopefully it is, because then it should be an easy fix. I don't have to involve anyone else. So, yeah, there seems to be no traffic passing between Fusion and DMR, which sort of points in that direction. So anyway, let me have a look.
Alright, no problem. We'll pause the net for a bit while you work out that gremlin. Seems like gremlins are all around today. I've got gremlins, and now the network has gremlins. Oh boy. VK3JED KJ7OMO, back to you.
Just logging in. So yeah, I'll have a look in a sec.
Alright, well, I heard that you were logging in and you were going to have a look at a sec, and then after that you were breaking up so badly it sounded like your transmission was being thrown in a meat grinder. Back to you.
Anyway, yeah, let me check some logs. Yeah, when I unkey on D-Star, you may get some noise. I think there's something funny in that. I have heard it, but no, it's only cosmetic, no actual information lost.
Alright, copy that. And by the way, I'm coming in from All-Star at the moment, via my computer. Alright, well, hopefully this problem is an easy fix once again. So fingers crossed that the gremlins will be kicked out of the network, aka the technical issue on the network fixed. Back to you.
Yeah, not a problem. Anyway, well, certainly not seeing traffic from here. Just let me play around on the other modes.
Alright, roger, roger. We'll stand by. I might even hop on the free DMR side and generate some traffic.
Hey, I'm not seeing any activity on the DMR side of the bridge. Hang on. Actually, there's one other thing I can try too. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, copy that, KJ7OMO. Hey YouTube, sorry about... Whoops, I forgot to unkey the mic. KJ7OMO. Hey YouTube, sorry about the delay here. We're experiencing some network difficulties here. Initially, I was experiencing difficulties on my local system, which is unrelated to the other difficulties that the network is experiencing. So, give us a few moments to get this problem sorted. In the meantime, I'm gonna help with diagnosing here. See if we could generate some traffic. Oscar, testing the free DMR 969 connection. Hey Tony, can you hear me? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Oscar, Mike Oscar. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, testing the free DMR Talk Group 969 connection. It looks like the audio is going through the network again. How copy, Tony? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar.
I'm only getting on these at the moment. Just let me do some tests from this end.
Alright, roger. Yeah, on the last net we had some D-Star issues where it was only one-way traffic for some people. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, standing by. Well, looks like the free DMR bridge is working now.
I did say let me test. I wasn't able to because you came up.
Alright, that works. I also need to test the TGIF connection. What? TGIF ain't on this list? What? Oh, it is. Let me 2969 on TGIF. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, testing TGIF 2969.
Yeah, we might need to see if we can find Jared and get them to restart their master.
The TGIF connection is not working apparently. Oh, I think I know why. Time to run the script. Because that keeps screwing with the audio levels. Oh, there was this one tool I had. And it stops the audio volume from being screwed with on the mic side. I hope it's got volume in its name. Lock mic volume, there it is. I'll just re-extract it because I don't know what I did with it.
KJ, I'm over K3JD.
Alright, VK3JED KJ7OMO coming in via the TGIF 2969 connection.
Okay, looks like there's some issue with free DMR. I've got Fusion working the Freestar, but nothing's coming through on free DMR, and and nothing's coming through whether it's rec from my repeater. So the issue seems to be in Jared's court. So yeah, they're going to have a look around and see what's working and what's not there.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Yeah, Roger that. I'm trying to connect straight to the free DMR Australia server, but apparently nothing's going through that. Strange. I wonder if we can get Jared, because we're about 20 minutes late for the net, so let's see if I could make a call to Jared here. Back to you.
Yeah, give it a go. That'd be good because, as I said, looks like the problem's at Jared's and possibly the free DMR master because nothing's getting past that point.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Yeah, it looks like the free DMR Australia server is dead. Because I can get through the other masters, but for some reason the Australian master is not passing through any audio.
JJ7 OMO, this is VK2 GPU. I'm coming into you, I'm hearing you on free DMR at the moment. Back to you.
Gotcha. Yeah, nothing's going through. Freestar's working. Freestar Diffusion's fine, but yeah, free DMR is the link that I really need up to be able to get everything to talk to each other.
Well, I heard VK2 GPU coming in through free DMR apparently. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar McOscar
Nothing
testing.
idea. I can restart the repeater. Just in case I got a problem on my end, but yeah, I'll restart the DMR gateway on it. Although it is working perfectly to Freestar, but not free DMR from this end.
Alright, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, coming in via free DMR Los Angeles. And that one is working. But the free DMR Australia server appears to be not working. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Where the heck is Jared when you need them? KJ7OMO. Alexa, what time is it in Sydney?
In Sydney, it's 12:23 p.m.
Alright, VK3JEDKJ70MO, I tried, giving Jared a phone call, but they're not picking up, so, I guess we're gonna have to, start the net without the free DMR bridge. Back to you.
Might have to go with what we got. Won't be able to get free DMR up, or actually, you probably won't get free DMR up. I can eventually get my Fusion and Freestar up. But it's going to take a quickly whipping up another container to do it, but you might as well get that net underway.
Yeah, Roger. Well, if they avoid the Australia master, use either, then then they should be able to get through the net just fine, since it works okay on the other master servers. I know I've only tested it on the Los Angeles master, and it works fine over there, but the Australian master seems to be dead. So, yeah. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and start the net. We're at about a 30-minute delay, so, yeah. I'll put it back to you, Tony, for a final comment, and then after that, we'll get the ball rolling. VK3JEDKJ7OMO.
Not a problem, Kimberly. Well, we're going to have to make do. I don't have any linking agreements with any other masters, otherwise I could have just repointed the bridge, but yeah, I don't have any agreements to do so. So we're going to have to run without free DMR. I can potentially get Freestar back up, but yeah, you can probably check me in as a short on time, because going to be a bit of fiddling, and then I'm away probably earlier than normal at the end of the net.
Alright, I'll do that, no problem. KJ70MO. Let's get this party started. One moment. Hello, and welcome to the Pride Radio Group Net. My name is Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar is my call sign, and my pronouns are she, her. I am your net control operator for this net. This is a roundtable net, and all calls should go through the net control station. This net normally meets every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, but as most of you are aware, we had some technical issues that delayed the net by 30 minutes. Before we begin, do we have any emergency or other priority traffic? If at any time there is an emergency, please say, "break, break," and we will assist you. The Pride Radio Group provides an inclusive environment for all to learn, experiment, and enjoy radio communications by encouraging, promoting, and supporting diversity with the wider radio community, sharing our experiences and learnings with the community, and celebrating and embracing Pride on the air. For more information about the Pride Radio Group and how to join, plus gain access to our Discord chat room, head on over to prideradio.group or check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you hate us, of course. Yeah, we don't like anybody who's against our awesome Pride community. Let me reset. This net is being relayed on the various nodes, talk groups, and reflectors of the Pride Radio Network and affiliated systems, as well as various RF repeaters around the world, and is also streamed live on YouTube via my YouTube channel, Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Just search for that and you will find it. And is also streamed on Broadcastify and Icecast as well. For more information about how you can connect to this network, visit network.prideradio.group. That is network.prideradio.group, which is severely out of date. And therefore you can also access more up-to-date information by going to prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. Let me reset. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. NetLogger is so awesome. You could log into it and see a list of call signs pop up in real time as the net goes on. It's really cool. Alright, Before we begin this evening's net, do we have any news, announcements, or other items of business for the net and the Pride Radio Group? All right, hearing nothing. We're gonna go ahead and, since Tony requested a short on time check-in, we're gonna go ahead and work him first, and then we're gonna take some more check-ins after that. So Tony, VK3JED, over to you, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kimberly, and the rest of the net. As you heard, having a few technical issues. Think we'll track down where the problem is. Probably won't get it fixed in time for today's net, but I'm sort of looking at possible workarounds. Yeah, and then bringing my own All-Star up, that had dropped off for unrelated reasons. That I think must have a local hiccup in the network here. It'll tend to do that. Anyway, I hope everyone's well. Yeah, I'll be here for a little while, but leaving the net earlier than normal to go off and do something else. But I'll be here for a few rounds, I think. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
All right, not a problem. Okay, let's see if there's anybody out there that wishes to check into the Pride Radio Group net. Let's start off with mobile, short on time, or in and out stations. So if you're mobile, you don't have much time, or you just simply want to pop in, say hello, and get out, come down with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, please. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Pride Radio Group net.
Victor Kilo 2, Golf Papa Uniform. Victor Kilo 2, Golf Papa Uniform, checking in.
Alright, VK2 GPU. KJ7OMO, we got you. Alright, do we have any other mobile, in and out, or short on time stations? Come down with your call signs, please. Alright, over to VK2 GPU. This is KJ7OMO.
Very much KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU. I think it's been a good 2 or 3 weeks since I've been in the net, particularly with there being like contests and stuff going on, which was quite fun. I got to do RD contest the other week, and that was a hell of a lot of fun getting to set up in a field nearby with an 80 meter NFET half wave. Guess I'll update from me. I'm also actually on the 80 meters at home now. I just added a 110 microfarad stub to the end of the antenna, so that I can actually tune to that. Don't even have to use the tuner at all for the places that I operate. Anyways, back to you, net control. This is VK2 GPU.
Alright, copy that. Well, I don't have HF capabilities at the moment because both of my radios are out of commission, unfortunately. The IC718 is got permanently damaged while I was trying to fix its problem, and the Tentec Omni A is completely deaf on the air, so yeah, 2 issues there. And I forgot to ask for everybody's pronouns, so I already know yours, but for those of you who are new to the net, they might not know, so we'll send it back to you for that, and then we'll carry on. All right, we'll get that on the next transmission. Okay, we're gonna open it up to anyone, anywhere. So, yeah, if anybody would like to check into the net, come down with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns if you wish. I forgot to spam the net on the Discords. I will do that momentarily. Do we have anyone else out there wishing to check into the net at this time? Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns if you wish. Alright, back over to VK3JED, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, looking a little quiet out there. Just got my head in configuration files. I mightn't get it done today, but yeah, we'll be. I think I'll set up a backup bridge. At least I can get throw USRP audio around, and yeah, even if yeah, because you've got a link to Free DMR, haven't you, Kimberly? I could use the backup to or set up a backup to bridge to your system if necessary. Because I think you got USRP. Yeah, just thinking of ways. Anyway, it looks like we've got a conversation to have after the well after the net later tonight, your time, for a backup bridge if the main one goes down like it did today. I think I know how to do it, but yeah, it'll take a bit of coordination between us. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group VK3JED.
Alright, VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. No, I do not have a direct connection into a free DMR, though I wouldn't mind establishing one, just so that we could give you a backup bridge over to free DMR. So yeah, we'll talk about that amongst ourselves on Discord, UI and Jared there. Yeah, we should have some backups. Because, yeah, I know Jared was on the fence on a previous conversation, about having multiple ways of getting in on pretty much all the same networks. But I'm like, look, if one goes down, the other one will take over. So I'd rather have multiple connection points on the same networks rather than having one connection point for everything, because I prefer to have the redundancy. Because, yeah, if one network goes down, which is exactly what happened now, then yeah, the other one will take place. So yeah, I do like having, again, redundancy. Okay, we're gonna send it back over to VK2 GPU. This is KJ7OMO.
GPU. Yeah, it's tough to hear that you're unable to get on HF at the moment, and yeah, I know the pain mildly because of my radio dying at a critical point, but I could at least use like a backup kit that I had, which being only about 2 watts, limited use, but it was still something. Hope you can get your HF radio sorted out soon, because it'd be good to do some silly contacts on JD65 and whatnot again, because yeah, us just not being able to hear each other all that well, yeah, always good to try and do some silly stuff. Anyways, back to net control, this is VK2 GPU.
Alright, VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, I might possibly, use the remote hams thing again, but I hate like heck to do it, because I would rather use my own station and not somebody else's station from thousands of miles or kilometers away. You know, I want to be able to use my own station. But, yeah. Anyways, alright, we are at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in. You know what, I forgot to check to see if the VK2 ROT repeater is enabled. I'll probe that here in a little bit. Let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the network to the net at this time. Come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns if you wish. Alright, do we have any more check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Come now with your call signs, please. Alright, we're sending it back to VK3JED, KJ7OMO.
Okay, Kimberly, and yeah, lots to talk about later. Although redundancy on with the current technology is actually quite tricky because none of the protocols are really designed for deduplication and auto routing and that sort of stuff. It'd be nice if they were, so that we could leave all the redundant links up and everything just worked. But yeah, they tend not to work like that. So we have to have some form of manual intervention when the main link goes down. So yeah, it's going to be an imperfect solution, but I'm just going to start leaving bits lying around that I can quickly connect up in an emergency. Well, or should I say in the event of something going down and us not being able to get it fixed. But yeah, it's not as easy as you think, because I don't think any of the protocols are designed for it. Yeah, because what we don't want is loops. Yeah, loops will drive you loopy. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JED, and apologies for boring everyone with technical stuff, but yeah, it's been one of those days, or at least since I got home.
Alright, VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Well, I just got reports that at least on some FreeDMR masters, we are being heard. So at least we are being heard on part of the FreeDMR network, but not all of it. So at least we have partial connectivity to FreeDMR. Anyways, over to VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU. Yeah, I have no understanding of how the network actually works, so no idea about how complicated it is for redundancy and stuff. VK3JED, I kind of just watch from afar with how you're all setting up things, but it just sounds like a total pain in the ass, particularly if there's loops in the network. Also, I would offer my help on setting up some of these things, but there's probably more than enough people already helping out and able to sort of help maintain and run this stuff. Anyway, if you do need another hand, I can't offer much in the way of knowing how to operate Docker or anything, but I'm usually about and at a computer most of the time. Back to net control, this is VK2 GPU.
Alright, VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO returning. Alright, no problem. Yeah, we can talk about all that on Discord in more detail. Okay, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the net. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns if you wish. Oi, 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 it seems very quiet out there. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the net at this time? Come now with your call signs and your pronouns, please.
This is VK2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta. Hear him, how do I sound? Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta. I can tell you're coming in via the VK2 ROT repeater. You're sounding just fine. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the net? Come now with your call signs and your pronouns, please. Alright, over to Victor Kilo 2 Bravo, Sierra Delta. Hey Yakov, how's it going? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. OMO and the group, this is VK2BSD returning. Last week on the net I mentioned I was on my way to get some screws to put up an antenna, which we did later that night. So I'm coming to you now on a Diamond X50, which has good enough line of sight to the repeater that my ICOM IC7100 says that it is putting out 0% RF power. I have yet to measure what 0% is, but 1% is supposed to be about 300 milliwatts, so it's teeny. So that was my big radio adventure last week, and then just this week playing around with it, testing it out, and seeing how far I can actually reach. I think I can just reach Ray's SDR on Simplex as well, which is nice to be able to do now. So I'll throw it back KJ7OMO and the group from VK2BSD.
Holy smokes. You are full quieting the repeater at such low power levels. But you might need to turn your microphone gain up just a little tiny bit, because you are sounding on the low side, and I do have my audio volume just about cranked up all the way high. But other than that, again, you are full quieting and great signal into the repeater, so good job. Whatever antenna that is, it is working fantastic for you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send it back up to the top. VK3 JED KJ7OMO.
Yeah, good afternoon, Yakov. Good to hear you on here. And yeah, I forgot to mention, although because most of the people around I know, but for those that don't, my pronouns are he, him. But just so that those that don't know me listening know. Interesting that parts of Free DMR are working, so there must be some one-way traffic going back into the network. But certainly I'm not able to get any traffic, no traffic going to, so yeah, maybe it's their hotspot proxy that's fallen over by the sound of it. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the problem. If that's going to be a continual problem, I might have to get an open bridge to bypass the proxy. So yeah, that's something to, yeah, lots of things to talk with. Yeah, but for a change of pace, we're having a little chat on Discord about IRC. So for those of us that were on IRC, I used to be a very big IRC user from the mid-90s, so that's going back more than 25 years, and nearly 30 years through to sort of the late 2000s. So sort of up to, but around about 10 years ago, I think I faded off IRC. So I was on there for a very long time and had a lot of fun. It was a good medium in its day. So anyway, something else to talk about. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO, yes. Internet relay chat. I was on there, I think, around the early to mid 2000s, maybe around the late 2000s, and then I kind of faded off from it as well. But yes, I remember IRC, and yeah, it sounds like a pretty cool thing. It is a cool thing. I would actually love to implement an IRC gateway over ham radio and of course attach it to a server that I host and make it, ham radio accessible only. We'll have to probably run that on Arden or something. I don't know, but yeah, I do wanna. Yeah, get that going. Or maybe I could put it over IP, but somehow make it so that that nobody could send anything without getting approved first. That way it eliminates the chances of non-hams using the network. But yeah, I would love to set up a at least, again, get an IRC gateway going over ham radio, because that would be really fun. Maybe even an IRC gateway over HF, because why not? Or maybe over FM, I don't know. But an HF one would be cooler. Anyways, we're going to send it back over to VK2 GPU KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, this is VK2 GPU. Yeah, actually, I think that could be a lot of fun trying to bridge IRC over HF. I stopped using IRC probably about 5 years ago. For a good decade or so, I helped moderate a Game Jam channel on Afternet, and I ended up, two of the best things I've done was I got banned off Afternet because I accidentally spammed the network trying to use the IRC server as a matchmaking server, in lieu of writing my own matchmaking server for a game I made. Yeah, that didn't go well. I had to set up my own server for it. And I also managed to ban half of Finland from the channel, and that included most of the other mods. So, yeah, IRC is good fun. I'll put it back to the group. This is VK2 GPU.
Yes, getting banned from IRC. Oh my goodness. I remembered there was this one network that I used to get on. I forget what it was called, but at the time I only had dial-up, and I was going through an internet service provider called America Online. So I would connect to this one random network. I would be chatting on it, and then one of the I don't know. I don't remember if it was a mod or a full-blown admin. I think this was an admin or something. They was like, we don't allow people from America Online to connect, so we're going to ban you. So what did they do? They banned me. So what did I do? I created a new connection with a different username, got on, then that got banned again. Created another username, got on, that got banned again. Then I got IP banned, so I disconnected and then from the internet and then reconnected the dial-up connection to get a new IP address, got back on the network. And, same thing over and over again. Get on, get banned, get on, get banned, and then finally I gave up. I was like, what? Maybe, I don't know. I was under 18 at the time, so I was just a teenager at the time. So, yeah, fun times on IRC. Anyways, back over to VK2 BSD KJ7OMO.
OMO, this is VK2 BSD returning. I've just got a little alert for a work emergency, so I'm going to check out for a little bit and be back hopefully shortly. KG7 OMO from VK2 BSD.
Alright, roger. VK2 BSD KJ7 OMO. Hopefully this is not a serious emergency, but we'll be here for you in case if it is. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Pride Radio Group Net, also known as the Worldwide Pride Net. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar. Okay, do we have anybody out there wishing to check into the net at this time and make your presence known? Come now with your call signs and your pronouns, please.
JG, Alpha Echo 8, Juliet Golf. Pronouns are she, her. Name is Jocelyn. This is the first time I've checked into the net. So I've just been sitting here listening quietly.
Yes, I knew there was somebody out there lurking in the shadows. Hi. Alpha Echo 8, Juliet Golf. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? And if you're lurking in the shadows, well, stop lurking and come on up and spit out your call signs and say hi. KJ7OMO standing by for any more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Okay, Jocelyn, welcome to the net. So glad to have you aboard for the first time. Alpha Echo 8, Juliet Golf, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, Kimberly, and she, her, or my pronouns as well.
Could actually finally make it into a net. Time doesn't normally correspond for me, unfortunately. I'm usually getting ready to lay down and go to sleep about now. Doesn't matter what night of the week, or I've already fallen asleep on the couch. But I hope to be able to check in more often. As it is, I'm going to go ahead and clear and actually head toward bed because my eyes are having trouble staying open. So, KJ7OMO in the net. This is AE8JG. Everybody have a good evening, and 73.
Alright, Jocelyn. Well, you have a good night and sleep well, and 33, 73, and all the numbers to you. And hopefully we will hear you again on the next net, and hopefully the next net will not be delayed as long as it was. But anyways, we're gonna send it back up to the top. And oh yeah, by the way, Jocelyn, thank you for stopping by, in case if I forget to say that. Alright, over to VK3 JED KJ7OMO.
Yeah, not a problem. And welcome, Jocelyn. Good to hear some new voices on the net. Yeah, welcome aboard. And yeah, sounds like it's not a particularly friendly hour for you. Yeah, working out net times can be tricky between all of us. Yeah, actually, if it was any earlier in the day, I wouldn't make it most weeks. I usually on the way home when the net starts. From a training session, but it was a short, sharp, nasty one this morning. It didn't last long, but it was nasty, and I actually got home just before the start of the net. So, maybe we need to have multiple nets for different people. Anyway, IRC, it was a lot of fun. Used to hang out on the Ausorg network that was mainly Australian based on a number of LGBTI channels. In fact, I even met up with some IRC friends and bulletin board friends at local venues. I remember one woman I met from a bulletin board. She was just coming out as a lesbian, and it was quite funny. Met at one of the local venues, and the bouncer said, "Do you realise what sort of bar this is?" I said, "Yeah, I know, I've been here before. I'm actually looking for a girl." And then she rocked up at the moment. They must have been scratching their heads for a little bit until they realised what was going on. It was quite comical at the time. Because, first glance, most people don't expect me to be there, but yes, I had a bit of fun with assumptions and stereotypes and all that sort of rubbish. And you were talking about putting it on Packet. Well, Packet used to have Converse that worked really well on that mode, and there used to be an IRC to Converse bridge piece of software, but a lot of the old Packet gateway type software has been lost. But yeah, sorry about that. Timed out. My radio, that is. But yeah, Converse was the standard for Packet. So you need to find a bridge between Converse, which you can run on a Packet board, and IRC. And yeah, you could run the IRC infrastructure probably over the IP mesh network which will keep it to amateurs. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group BK3JD.
VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. That sounds really interesting. Yeah. And also very complicated, too. Anyways, over to VK2, GPU, KJ7OMO.
Thanks very much, KJ7OMO. This is VK2 GPU, and good to hear you, Jocelyn. It's always nice to hear new voices on the net. Some weeks it can be quite busy, some weeks it can be fairly quiet. Yeah, timing's not always good for me either, but I try and keep the lunchtime on Sunday free for it. Normally I'll be at my computer sort of waking up a bit at this time, so it's kind of good to jump on, and if I've got nothing else to be doing. Should probably do something today, either build the interfacing sort of board to put in my window for my antenna cables, because it's a bit unmanageable at the moment. At some point I still need to finish setting up some of my radio pies, satnogs and everything. That's the pies are just all in a box waiting to be set up, and it's just one of those things I just can't be bothered to set up at the moment, but I will get there at the end. Also maybe a new antenna for 2 meters and 70 centimeters for the SDR. Maybe something I should put up. In news from me, I'm now booked in for my standard exam on September the 11th. So hopefully I'll get that upgrade and get on 20 meters. I do still want to go for advanced, but I'm just going to do that a little later. I just want to try and get a quick upgrade as soon as I can. And September was quite a decent time for me. So yeah, do with VK2 BSD. Anyways, back to net control. This is VK2 GPU.
Alright, VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO returning. Well, good luck. I wish you the best of luck on your upgrade to standard, and also your eventual upgrade to advanced. I've been wanting to retry doing my extra class upgrade again, but I've been very much unmotivated at the moment and lazy and all that. Because it's so daunting, so difficult. The questions I'm having to remember are a nightmare to try and remember. Because every time I try to memorize something, it just immediately goes away, even after repeated memorization of something. So, yeah, that test is really difficult. But I think if I cram it hard enough, I could be able to retain it. But yeah, tests like that are difficult for me to retain. But yeah, somehow, some way, I need to get extra. Anyways, we'll send it back over to VK2 BSD KJ7OMO. Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Yakov, it's your turn. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, looks like we might have lost Yakov, so we'll check back with him later on. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check into the net and make your presence known and join in the conversation. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, phonetically, and also your pronouns, please. KJ7OMO. Come on, people, don't be shy. Pick up those microphones and say hi. And spit out your call signs. Come on. Alright, do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs and your pronouns, please.
Yeah, VK5ZSH.
Boy, just when I was about ready to go back to the top of the list, VK5ZSH. Dale, we got you checked in. Do we have any additional check-ins to the net? Come down with your call signs, please. All right, VK5ZSH, welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. KJ70MO, over to you.
KJ7IMO, VK5ZSH returning. Yeah, I've just turned on. I've only literally turned on the laptop and whatnot, and Tony says to me, good net, and yeah, just turned on basically. So you have to forgive me, I've not been up long. Still enjoying my first bucket of coffee. And that's probably where we're about at the moment. So, yeah, greetings to everyone else that's on the net. Hope it's a big net. I'm not sure who's on, etc. So, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly, and thanks for putting it on. KJ7IMO, VK5ZSH.
Alright, VK5ZSH, KJ70MO returning. Well, since I'm net control and all calls go through the net control station, then you always put it back to net control station, which is me. Anyways, at the moment we have VK3JED, VK2GPU, VK2BSD, and for one round we had Alpha Echo 8 Juliet Golf, but who is now asleep. So that's who we have at the moment. Hopefully we'll get some more folks on the list here soon. But anyways, we're going to send it back up to VK3JED KJ70MO.
Yeah, and good day, Dale. Yeah, just curious what mode you're going in on, since we've had a few gremlins on the network. Certainly not all are working here. But yeah, he's interested in which way you're going in at the moment. You can mention that either on Discord or when it comes around to your turn next time. And yeah, the weather was supposed to start deteriorating. But yeah, it's still a nice, a bit of cloud creeping in, not much. Still mostly sunny sort of day here today. Quite mild. Yeah, getting, I was supposed to be expecting 18 degrees. That's 65 for the Americans. So yeah, not a bad day at all. Anyway, yeah, not a huge amount to mention here. Just trying to think. You were talking about IRC and Converse bridges and other little stories. Yeah, those days, it's very different. My first internet connection was actually basically a Unix shell account. So much like I use Linux today from the command line, but it was I think it was BSDI Unix. It was one of the commercial BSD variants at the time that they ran, and then went across to a full IP connection about a year later. But yeah, the shell account was certainly good to get started, and picked up a few things by using it that way. Also made it easy to pick up Linux a year or so later when I started using it. So yeah, all that stuff I did in the shell, well, it's all come back to me. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning, yes, the time, yes, technology that predates the current internet as we know it. Sounds very interesting. I've seen projects interfacing something like that over ham radio. So yeah, very interesting. And, oh yeah, and speaking of predating stuff, a while back I saw a radio where they took a typewriter from the 1930s. It was one of those typewriters that uses Baudot code to send data down a line to another typewriter. And they hooked a Raspberry Pi. I don't remember if they hooked a Raspberry Pi up or an Arduino. I think they hooked an Arduino up to that sucker, and then hooked a Linux laptop to that Arduino, and they turned that 1930s era typewriter into a Linux terminal. I thought that was so cool. Something like that could definitely be hooked onto amateur radio and on HF, or use an old typewriter as a teletype. I thought, but still, I thought it was cool to use an old piece of technology on as a Linux terminal. That was pretty cool. But anyways, we're gonna send it back to a VK2 GPU, KJ7OMO.
VK2 GPU here. Yeah, I got on the internet pretty late, early 2000s for me, so I didn't get to experience all the fun stuff besides 56K modems, really. I suppose it's probably for the best. I was still running that even at university, which sucked because that's when games started to be delivered digitally over Steam. So yeah, that was when I kind of had to upgrade. I definitely do want to play around with some packet radio stuff at some point, as I think I've mentioned before. Bridging to things like IRC would definitely be a hell of a lot of fun. I think Jared wants to have a play around with the new packet radio as well. Anyways, back to control. This is VK2 GPU.
VK2 GPU KJ7OMO returning. Well, I want to play around with all that too. Anyways, yeah, one of these days we gotta, all of us ought to get together and have a little fun with radio. Alright, VK2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Yakov, let's see if you're back with us. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Looks like Yakov is still gone over to VK5ZSH, KJ7OMO.
KJ7IMO, VK5, ZSH, returning. Okay, to do the weather update there, what are we? We are 22 degrees there. This is for Tony, because he put out the weather, so 22 degrees here, nice and sunny, 39% humidity, 1013 hectopascal, UVI is 6, and 630 watts per square meter radiation, high, and 11.5 kilometers an hour wind. I can't quite see the direction. I think it's going southwest. Hang on, southeast. It's going north now. Sorry, I forget my direction sometimes, especially when I'm not actually physically looking north. That sounds good about the 1930s keyboard there being actually turned into a dumb terminal, as they put it. That's actually rather good. And going on about keyboards, typewriters, basically. During World War II, they actually came out with a typewriter. They thought it would be faster if the ladies could actually type with a normal keyboard that's marked out as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. But the problem that they found was the women could type really, really fast on it, but the keys kept jamming. So that is hence why the QWERTY keyboard came around, because it's less harder to actually jam all the keys up there. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever done it with an old typewriter before, where you've just pressed all the keys at once and the levers flop up and they're just a mangled mess. That's what happened when they thought that they'd try the ABC jobby. So useless trivia there, I guess you could say. What else have I been up to? Hang on. Damn, I've got actually a little bit to actually update on. Yesterday, I jumped in on the Alara contest, and I actually got, 8 contacts all up, but I must admit I wasn't trying very hard, and there wasn't many YLs on. One of them was 2 contacts because an hour had passed by, and at that stage I've gone up and down the dial a couple of times on 40 metres. It was actually rather interesting, and some of the stations actually made you work hard, because there was half a dozen YLs at one location with multiple call signs. So ended up having to write pen on paper basically to get the information down, because I couldn't type it fast enough to get it into the logging software. So bit of fun. Anyway, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly. KJ7IMO, VK5 ZSH.
VK5 ZSH KJ7OMO, your net control station returning. That sounds like a whole load of fun. Unfortunately, without HF, well, I can't really participate in that contest, otherwise I would. Anyways, since y'all want to throw out weather reports, I might as well throw out mine. Now, I'm going to be using all metric units here. So, you US folks, sorry. Anyways, Current weather is 36 degrees with humidity of 37% and wind of 16 kilometers per hour. And that's all in metric units, by the way. So, yeah. A little bit warm, though it was hotter today. I think it was around 42, I think. But here in a few days, it's going to get close to 45. So, yeah, it's going to be a hot one. But at least there won't be any more storms for a while. At least for a little while. Unless something unexpected happens, because for some reason the forecasts keep changing. Like, the weather's been really crazy and unpredictable lately. Like, one moment they predict sun all week, and then a day or two later, well, we might get some thunderstorms all of a sudden. So, yeah, it's been wild. It's been very wild. I mean, like, past several weeks, we had storm after storm after storm, rain after rain, power outages. Yeah, it was a mess, but at least we have a reprieve from that for at least a little while. Anyways, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody else out there wishing to check in to the net and join in on the conversation. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check in at this time? Come now with your call signs and your pronouns, please. Well, it's all crickets out there in Radioland. Back to VK3JED, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, the crickets are alive and well, and seems rather toasty up there, and a little bit humid at a nice summer's evening. That's for sure. Yeah, just comparing notes on the outage of 3DMR, which appears to be just the hotspot server. A couple of us are, Yakov and myself, are comparing notes and getting similar results. Basically, not passing any audio. Not sure how Dale's getting through it. Dale must know the magic incantations, as they say, because Dale's sounding quite good. It appears that the master itself is working fine, but it's the hotspot proxy that's probably fallen over or misbehaving. These things happen. I'll be heading out soon. Going to go and enjoy a coffee and a chat and a walk and get myself ready for we've got a fitness challenge next month. Nothing drastic, just basically which team can walk the most steps, and I've been averaging like 11,000 a day. That will or should go up next month. But around 11,000 a day has been the average, so that'll help the crew I'm with get the numbers up. Anyway, something else I was going to respond to Dale about, but I've forgotten what it was. So it'll probably come back to me as soon as I let go of the button. And Relevant Dale, Duplex Crop. A bridge isn't a Pi Star, and I am logging in, so I'm going to the right address, but I'm not. I'm getting a login response, but not audio. Yeah, just hit the time at KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
Yeah, VK3JD, KJ7OMO. Yeah, again, when I did test earlier, when I connected to the Australian master of FreeDMR, I got nothing. No audio going in, no audio going out. It was dead. But when I connected to the Los Angeles FreeDMR server, Talkgroup 969 was alive and well, audio going in and out. So, yeah, it's a Jared problem. Jared's got some gremlins attacking their network, and Jared is not there to kick them out. Oh, boy. Hopefully Jared will pop in here soon and rescue us from those evil little gremlins. Somebody needs to quit feeding them after midnight. Anyways, VK2 GPU KJ7OMO, over to you.
VK2 GPU here. I'm on the FreeDMR Australia at the moment, so I'm curious what's going on. Maybe I've just gotten lucky or something. Don't seem to be having any trouble on my end, but yeah. If it's not working for everyone, we can't just be like, oh, it works on my machine, therefore it's totally fine, because we all know how technology works. This is probably going to be my last round, so I'll say 73s. I'll listen to the next round, but won't be there for the next one. I'm probably going to go get some stuff around the house done before the motivation fades and the ADHD medication wears off. Because, yeah, there's quite a bit I need to be doing, including all the laundry and everything. Maybe get some rubbish took out. It was good chatting to everyone, and I'll pass it back to Net Control. This is VK2 GPU.
Alright, Michaela, Ray, have fun, and 3373 and all the numbers to you, and hope to hear you again on the next net. Better get those chores done before the go-go medicine wears off. Okay, VK2 BSD KJ7OMO. Let's see if Yakov is back with us. Victor Kilo 2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Yakov, are you still with us? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. VK2, Bravo Sierra Delta, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, that was the third strike, so we'll go ahead and check out Yakov. And Yakov, if you still hear us, you are more than welcome to check back in if the net is still going. VK5ZSH, your turn, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, VK5ZSH. Yeah, I don't have much more to add. I'm not 100% sure on which way people are trying to get into the VK freedmr.com. I'm finding this a little bit slow there, because if I go to the last heard, oh, there we are. It finally popped up with the Pride Network there, with your call sign as well, Kimberly. But it's taking a damn long time to come up with that. I've pressed the PTT and here I am. VK4MY seems to be dropping it reasonably well there, so I can't say. It's for last heard thing, that's normally running, mile a minute type thing, and it's not. It's like really slowly. Actually, what's the time there? 03:39:21. What is the actual time? Oh, I don't have a UTC time up. Yeah, I think it's running a little bit slow. Probably a couple of minutes behind or so. That's for sure. So I'm not sure. Maybe there's a bottleneck somewhere in Jared's network. Not sure. Hard to know because he's not around to actually ask. So, all right, I'll put it back to you, Kimberly. I still haven't shown up on the dashboard. I'll probably show up in 15 minutes' time or something like that. Hi. KJ7 IMO VK5 ZSH.
VK5 ZSH KG7 OMO returning. It sounds I have a few ideas that might cause it, but may be right, may not be right. I don't know, but could be either there's something weird going on with the network connection, or could be something bogging that system down quite a bit and stressing the CPU, or maybe there is some kind of I don't know, maybe a file system issue that might be slowing it down, or some other issue. I don't even know what the issue is. I think Jared's server needs to be rebooted more than likely, because I notice that their server keeps cutting out every now and then, and they have to restart it in order to get the thing running again. So yeah, I don't know. It's just weird gremlins. Some people are lucky to be able to connect, and others are not. So, yeah, we only have partial connectivity at this time. So, yeah, hopefully Jared will pop in here soon before the net ends. I mean, I tried calling them on the phone earlier, but they did not pick up the phone, so they must be really busy. Anyways, let me reset for a moment. Alright, KJ7 OMO, your net control station returning, and we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if there's anybody out there wishing to check into the net and hang out with us. Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins.
I think Jared's working this weekend too, when I think about it.
Alright, do we have any check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net? Come now with your call signs, please.
Can I drop back in there quickly, Kimberly? The log seems to be the last herd log seems to be spitting out at the correct time, but the time allocation that it's giving to each user or whatever, I don't think it is correct, because I've come up and it's shown that I came in at 03:42:35. Well, that's correct, but I was watching it when I did key down, so yeah, something's bogging something down there at his end. Can anyone actually check and do a H-top or a top or something like that on Jared's machine and find out what's bogging it down?
As far as I know, none of us have control over Jared's machine. Anyways, we need to keep the net moving here. VK3 JED KJ7 OMO.
Yeah, we'll see what they come up with when they get a chance to look, maybe tomorrow. It's usually their day off, so yeah, we'll have to flag it when we see them around, and yeah, just make sure. But anyway, I'm going to make this a final. I'll be heading out fairly soon, so we'll say 7-3 to all. We got through, we managed to get on the net, and I guess we do have one level of redundancy, all the multiple modes. Chances are something works, as long as the USRP backbone is intact, something should work. But yeah, that helps. But anyway, you know, that's it. Things break, we do the best we can. Well, good to talk to everyone. Caught up with a couple of new people and plenty of regulars, whether on this net or at other times on the system. I'll chat to you all in Discord a bit later. So I'll say 7-3 and check out KJ7OMO with the diminishing group, VK3JD.
Alright, VK3JED, KJ7OMO returning. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us and chatting with us as usual, and 7-3 to you, and wow, you actually stayed longer than what you intended there, because earlier you said you were short on time, and you wound up being not so short on time, so hey, that works out good for us, because we get to have you here for the entire net, almost the entire net. Anyways, have a good one, Tony. 7-3 again, and have fun out there. Alright, we're gonna kick it back down to VK5ZSH, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, VK5 ZSH returning. Oh, well, looks like it's just you and me there. But yeah, I won't hold it either. Like I said, I've not long got up. I need to get another coffee already. And yeah, catch you later there, Jared. Take it easy, have fun. I'm not sure if you're out on a cross-country run. Oh, no, you said cross-country was over. I'm not sure if you're out training or just catching up with friends, but either way, have fun. Yeah, I just did a quick update on my hotspot to see whether there was any weird update that came through or something like that. I was expecting maybe host file was broken in some way that would allude to an actual problem of where for people to chase. But yeah, no, that came back alright, so I'm still connected to VK3DMR, no problems. So, and yeah, I've been using it for ages, so, well, ever since I've connected to 3DMR, I've been using the, Jared's connection there, so yeah, can only wait to see what he has to say about it and whatnot. So, and I think he uses his own connection as well, so he doesn't seem to have any problems jumping on or what have you. So that's probably all I've got to say about it. But anyway, Kimberly, I'll leave you to it. You at least get an early minute or something like that. Hi. And yeah, alright, you take it easy on that. I'll be still around and listening, but yeah, just gonna get some things done and get another coffee, etc. KJ7 IMO, VK5, take care there, Kimberly. Cheers.
Alright, Dale, well, thanks for stopping by and chatting with us for a bit, and yeah, we'll, talk again, later on. 7-3 to you. Wow, looks like everybody checked out, but before I, officially close the net, I will put in one final call for any more check-ins, and if there's nobody else out there, then we shall close the net. Do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the net and keep this sucker going? Come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and also your pronouns. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control station for the Pride Radio Group Net, also known as the Worldwide Pride Net, standing by for any check-ins. Alright, final call for check-ins. Anybody else out there wishing to check in, come now with your call signs, please. Alrighty, folks, that is a wrap. I would like to thank all of you for participating and having fun on this net. We also like to thank the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney, as well as the folks behind the VK3RBO repeater for the use of their systems to carry this net, as well as VK3JED and VK2WAY, as well as the rest of the Pride Radio group for making this net possible. I now return all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their abnormal abuse. I mean, normal amateur use. 7-3 everybody from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and for those of you who will remain connected to the network, here in a few minutes I will be connecting it to the Puget Sound system so that we can join Siobhan's net. 7-3 once again, and I will be hanging around, so I'm not going anywhere. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, YouTube. That's it for me. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, and we'll see you on the next video. 7-3, everybody, from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar, Mike Oscar.